So let us continue our discussion with the Indian Economy paper of Indian Economic Service 2024, and here is section B, question number 2. Question number 2, discuss inclusivity and sustainability as a growth strategy of India in recent years. Okay, so basically what are the points that you have to mention here? Important points are, first of all, you have to say that in the recent years, as you know, that India is increasingly focused on inclusivity and sustainability as central pillars of its growth strategy, right? Now, inclusivity aims here to ensure what? That economic growth benefits all sections of society, particularly marginalized and undeserved communities. So this approach is evident in policies like, you have to write down the name of the policies, such as Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, which promotes financial inclusion by providing banking service to the unbanked, and PM Kisan scheme, which offers direct income support to farmers, right? Now, the government has also launched several initiatives to empower women, such as the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign, which promotes the education and welfare of girls, and the Mudra scheme, right? So these type of schemes provides microfinance to women and entrepreneurs. So these efforts are designed to create more equitable society where all citizens have the opportunity to participate in and benefit from economic progress. Now, the next one is sustainability. So, sustainability, if we talk about it, so that focuses on ensuring that economic growth does not come at the expense of what? Environment and future generations, right? We have to take care of that also. So, India has committed to reducing its carbon footprint and increasing the use of renewable energy. So, the National Solar Mission, part of the National Action Plan on Climate Change, aims to establish India as a global leader in solar energy, right, by increasing solar capacity to 100 gigawatt by 2022, right? So additionally, the smart cities mission integrates sustainable urban planning and development practices to make Indian cities more livable and environmentally friendly. So policies like this promotes electric vehicles, stringent regulations on industrial pollution also reflect India's commitment to sustainable development. Now, apart from this, so by integrating this inclusivity and sustainability into its growth strategy, India aims to achieve balanced and long-term development that benefits what? All the citizens while preserving the environment for future generations. So this dual focus ensures that nation's progress is both equitable and responsible, fostering a resilient economy that can sustain its growth trajectory over the long term. Okay, moving on to the next question here for all of you, that is question number 3. Here it says that discuss the criteria and weightage assigned for determining the sharing of union tax proceeds and recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission of India. So here, first of all, you have to name the 15th Finance Commission of India was chaired by N.K. Singh, okay, and that made significant recommendations regarding the distribution of union tax proceeds among the states. So what were the criteria and weightage? Let us just recall. So income distance 45%. Okay, so this criterion measures disparity between states per capita income and highest per capita income among states. Okay, so that is 45%. Population, based on the 2011 census, this factor accounts for the population size of each state. So the larger populations warrant greater resource allocation to meet the higher demand for public service and infrastructure. So population 15%. Demographic performance, that is 12.5%. So this incentivizes states that have managed their population growth effectively. Forest ecology 10%, tax effort 2.5%, and area that considers the geographical size of the state 15%. Now let's talk about the recommendations of the 15th Finance Commission. Number 1, devolution percentage, right? The commission recommended that 41% of the net proceeds of union taxes should be devolved to the states for the period from 2021 to 26, a slight reduction from the previous, that it was 42%, okay, due to the newly formed union territories of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh during that period. Now next, grants in aid. So the commission also recommended what? Performance based grants, sector specific grants and disaster related grants to ensure states have adequate resources for crucial areas like health, education and disaster management. Okay, next point is revenue deficit grants. So for states facing revenue deficit after devolution, specific grants were recommended to ensure fiscal stability. So by using these criteria and weightage, the 15th Finance Commission aimed to create a more equitable and efficient system for resource distribution. So and it addressed both development needs and incentivized good governments and sustainable practices. So this is all about 15th Finance Commission. Okay, question number 4. Discuss the vision, challenges and roadmap for India to achieve MAP economy, for India to achieve a 5 trillion economy, right? So, what were the challenges? Economic slowdown. First of all, COVID, right? Recent years have seen slower economic growth exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. It impacted industrial output, employment and overall economic momentum. Secondly, infrastructure deficiencies. So inadequate infrastructure in transport, logistics and urban development hampers productivity and growth. Skill gaps, right? Mismatch between skill possessed by the workforce and those demanded by industries. Regulatory hurdles, social inequality, environmental concerns. Now let's talk about the roadmap. Very important, structural reforms. So implementing reforms in labor law, land acquisition and tax policies to enhance ease of doing business and attract investment. Very important point. Second is infrastructure investment, right? Boosting investment in infrastructure through initiatives like National Infrastructure Pipeline to improve connectivity and efficiency. Digital economy, right? Manufacturing boost like strengthening Make in India initiative to increase manufacturing output and exports. Sustainability focus. Financial inclusion, right? Expanding financial services to undeserved population to stimulate economic participation. So achieving the $5 trillion economic goal requires coordinated efforts. It's not that easy. There are so many points that are needed to be noted here, especially for an economy, a country with such a huge population, right? The most populated nation. So across multiple sectors, so addressing both immediate challenge and laying a foundation for sustainable long-term growth. So through strategic reforms, infrastructure development and inclusive policies, India can unlock its full economic potential and achieve the ambitious target, right? Okay, moving on to the 5th question, that is, examine the impact of Skill India program on demographic dividend and employment generation in India. Okay. So first of all, Skill India program was launched in 2015. Okay, and what was the aim of this program? All of you know that it aimed to train over 400 million people by 2022 across various industries. What was their objective? To enhance employability and entrepreneurship skills, right? So this initiative significantly impacts India's demographic dividend and employment generation. We know that demographic dividend is that the majority of the population is the working population, right? So firstly, by providing vocational training and skill development, the program harnesses the potential of India's large youth population, transforming them into a skilled workforce. So this is crucial as India is expected to have one of the world's youngest populations, and the window for capitalizing of this demographic dividend is limited. So skilled workforce contributes to increased productivity and economic growth. Secondly, the program addresses the mismatch between the skills possessed by the workforce and those demanded by industries. So by aligning training with industry requirements, it enhances job readiness and reduces unemployment rates. So the focus on both urban and rural areas ensures a more inclusive growth, aiding in regional economic development. Furthermore, by providing entrepreneurship, the Skill India program fosters what? Job creation. Entrepreneurs supported through various initiatives under the program can start new ventures, right? So thereby generating employment opportunities for others as well. So like that, it is connected. So in conclusion, the Skill India program plays a pivotal role in leveraging India's demographic dividend by equipping the youth with necessary skills, reducing unemployment, and fostering entrepreneurship, ultimately contributing to sustainable economic development. So this is how you have to kind of touch all the important aspects in order to answer this particular question. Okay, moving on to question number 6 of section B. Okay, discuss the extent to which MGNREGA has been successful in combating the problem of rural unemployment. Suggest measures to make it more effective. Okay, so basically first you have to define the full form, right? That is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, right? Okay. Aim and when. So by now you have understood that the first description for any program to be given is its aim and launched in which year, right? So basically, this program was launched in 2005, and the aim was significantly to provide at least 100 days of wage employment annually to rural households, right? So now, since this inception in 2005, Manrega has created millions of jobs, reducing distress migration and bolstering rural incomes. It has also contributed to the development of rural infrastructure, such as road, water conservation and irrigation facilities, which further enhance what? Agricultural productivity and rural livelihoods. Okay. So to enhance the effectiveness of this program, there are several measures that can be taken, right? Number one is timely wage payments, strengthening the transparency, right? Implementing robust monitoring and grievance redressal mechanism to curb corruption and ensure accountability. Skill development, asset quality, right? Emphasizing the quality of assets created by improving planning, supervision and technical support, awareness campaigns and so on. So by addressing these issues, Manrega can further strengthen its role in alleviating rural unemployment and promoting sustainable rural development. Okay. Okay. Next question, number 7. Bring out the factors responsible for rapid urbanization in India in recent years. Suggest policy measures to prevent the undesirable effects of rapid urbanization. Okay, so several factors for rapid urbanization in India is what? First of all, it's very easy. Industrialization, infrastructure development, economic opportunities, right? So by economic opportunities, we mean what? Cities offer better employment opportunities, right? Higher wage, more diverse job markets, attracting people from rural areas. As simple as that. Industrialization means what? If in the urban areas there is growth of industries, increased job prospects, demand for labor, drawing people for employment. Rural distress. So agricultural distress and lack of employment opportunities in rural area push people towards cities. Of course, disguised unemployment is a problem in the agricultural sector. We all of us know that, right? And government policies, initiatives like smart cities, urban and development schemes have promoted urban growth, right? Now, while urbanization can drive economic growth, it also leads to challenges, right? Like overcrowding, increased unemployment, pollution, inadequate infrastructure, social inequality. So many undesirable effects are there. So policy measures that can be included to avoid these, not so favorable effects of it are what? Balanced regional development, sustainable urban planning, affordable housing, improved public transportation, inclusive growth policies. So these are some of the ways, right? So these measures can help manage urbanization effectively, ensuring that cities remain livable and sustainable. Okay. So yes, that's all. We will continue our discussion from question number 8.